I love you. Why would you say that to me?
I don't even know. What's the tres, dos, uno.
There you go.
Oh boy. Hola, señoritas and señors.
You got room?
Hello. I don't know. You in this one.
Loud and proud, ma'am.
We can. Hey everyone.
Hi. Hello.
Join.
Hello there.
Oh, my legs. They got somebody fixing in between them. I don't understand.
You want to trade spots?
Girl, I be all the room. I'm like,
I'm feeling
this right there. You say you looking around what?
Ooh.
It just be haters in the room.
That's why I like a dry white. Okay? Relax. It's better than a dry red.
Let me get up in
That's
here.
true. That's very true.
I disagree.
Well, nobody want that watery shit. I'm a cat. Goddamn, I thought you were phone goddamn slide.
No, I found some really good cab I think you might like.
Can I ask y'all a real personal question real quick?
What up, though?
Do wine make women hornier or liquor?
Wine.
For me,
Wine. That's a good ass question.
I mean, if you feeling the vibe, if you that second bottle of wine is definitely gonna take you there. You be like,
First thing, get a little buzz. First
For
thing.
me, it's the intoxication. It don't matter what gives it.
I need just a couple cups. That's it.
That's
that
it.
beer be
And get gems in here. Y'all gotta get here early.
Alright, I need everybody to go ahead and send this live out to everybody so
Okay,
they can
that's-
join in type stuff. Ooh, now my boy.
My bad.
My boy's trying to attack.
That's funny as shit. But yeah, no, the liquor be, cause it's hit or miss with the liquor because you get too much of it, you gonna fall asleep.
That's true as
That's
hell.
true.
No, with wine too for me. Wine make me sleepy
Wine.
after a while. I be like, shit ain't nothing happening right now. I'm about to go to bed.
But listen, you got that
You
good
gotta
cup
get
of
a lot.
wine,
Yeah.
you got the R&B music going.
That's you gotta be in the vibe.
Yeah, you gotta be dancing and
on.
singing. And then you get the sexy music out too, and then that's when it all goes down.
Just
Feel
that
the
quick
deal.
text right quick.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
getting
think
a little
about it,
saucy.
my experience with wine bitches has been a lot better than my experience with the Hennessy and the fucking Patron bitches.
People sleep on
It's a 50. It's a coin flip with them. It'd be like, they might
Yeah.
want to fight you after a while. They might get into some
Depends.
bullshit.
Depends on what you did beforehand.
They it's in the back of their mouth.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all wouldn't mind sending this out to y'all friends and having them come join us in these funny ass conversations we be having. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
She have some more of y'all
Deja.
juice because she did ask for some.
Oh yeah, it's for everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. My bad.
Deja said, hey y'all.
She fake. I ain't talking to her. You
We'll
fake.
talk to you.
You real fake. My bad. Did I hit your hand?
Dang.
You can. I ain't know. My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault.
All right, let's get it cracking. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Welcome to Shots Fired, where we shoot shots, take shots, give shots type shits. We are back with y'all live weekly. I can say that now because it's been a track record.
Right?
It's been a track record.
Don't get spoiled though.
Okay,
I'm
right.
gonna try weekly. That's what I'm
Don't
keep the bar low.
oh my bad, I'm gonna get to these comments in a second. My bad. Okay, so, like I said, when the shots fired, when we shots, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And this is,
Malachi.
I am Sam,
Bill.
Chanel.
special guest.
Mariah.
Right.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in. As y'all know, we get this shot ready. We pour a shot up every beginning,
Yeah.
middle, and end, apparently. So have them ready for y'all. Let's pick up. Let's get to it. It's time. It's time.
You know, I ain't even
You know
know
what,
today.
Sam? I'm sick of your attitude.
You know what I had to eat today?
Have some chips.
Oh boy, I'm glad you said that.
And I had a smoothie. I had a smoothie earlier.
I said, I had a chicken wing.
A chicken wing?
Singular?
Just
Just one? What kind of chicken wing was
Y'all
it?
must be drunk as hell with this motherfucker. I'm just excited.
Right.
So we have a couple comments real quick. Young SWY said, hey y'all. What's
What
the deal?
up?
I know y'all be like, y'all stay with a special guest. We do.
Okay. Dominique said, y'all was talking about wine, question mark. Port wine can either go really well or really bad. It do depend on what kind of wine you
I'm about to
got.
say
My bad,
Port,
port.
I mean.
Oh, she put port. Tell the port.
Trailer
Taylor
port.
Ford.
And N_Rich said I had a deep breath for lunch. My man, don't take no shots today.
That nigga
No, you can't. You out.
I had thought in contemplation.
That nigga said
I've had those days.
No, for real, we all have had days.
What?
Alright, so this one, we're going to start off with our Talk About It Tuesday. If y'all join in on most Tuesdays, we tend to give y'all a little questionnaire / poll where we want y'all to vote yes or no. And we put a little story up in there. So we're going to have Rachel let y'all ask the question and so y'all can answer it. Let's go.
The Talk About It Tuesday was... Shit, I should have pulled it up. I should have read it. Alright, does the value of a person decrease with their body count? Repeat it because I fucked it up. Does the value of a person decrease with their body count?
That's like, I'll take it.
Does it? We're
So
gonna
we
start.
start.
I introduce you. Go ahead, Malika.
I mean, no.
Wait. What was the question? The question was also,
It's either we had a poll too. It's either would you rather have a virgin that has no bodies, or would you have somebody whose body count is super high, like sky high?
It's gotta be one or the other.
One of the others. Two
it's
people.
either a no or a hell yeah. You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
it's either like 0 or 85 plus.
Yeah.
Okay, you go for it.
That's a lot.
Somebody get over there.
Yeah, I mean, shit. This
I can't wait for my turn. So.
I kind of want something in between.
a whore, please.
You don't,
Like you don't have to be sky high, but you don't have to be like a
It's
virgin.
this or that.
Right, it's not in between.
That was a poll.
Yeah,
But you can give an explanation of what you would choose.
But let's just say sky high 100 plus. It's either 0 or 100 plus. That's sky high. Nigga, sky.
I mean,
That's
because you can have 100 bodies and like not have
You cool with
good
your
sex
girl
with
doing
nobody.
That's true.
You know, and then you meet somebody and be like, wow, you blew my mind. So I don't know. Like, I don't think it matters.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's my turn.
Yes,
That's crazy. I don't want a virgin. I've actually dealt with a virgin and I didn't like it. I actually took this boy's virginity. I ain't gonna say I was winning or nothing like that, because I was about to tell y'all, but I ain't gonna tell y'all. But I took the guy's virginity and it wasn't fun because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I am when it comes to men, I'm not aggressive, if that makes sense. I'm not the dominant. I am sometimes, but I'm not more so dominant. I like to be dominated more so when I'm with a guy. And the fact that he didn't know what the fuck to do, it just did not turn me on. I literally was like, went dry. Like, I don't like this. He's like, I'm damn near fucking you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
I mean, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because he's a virgin. And I'm like, okay, now I know that I don't like virgins. I mean, I guess it would be different if the virgin knew what the hell he was doing.
I mean, how?
But yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Let's say watch a little porn, or like I'm mentally ready. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But even more
I mean,
not realistic.
and that's what I'm saying. So I guess I would not prefer a virgin. I'll take the person with the skyrocket as body count simply because if they single, they fucking. If they fucking safely. That's the thing for me. Y'all could be having sex galore. Be safe about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all did in the past. It's the past. Now you with me, and we gonna be going strong. You feel me? So I'll take the person with the highest body count. So yeah.
Y'all niggas crazy as fuck. Y'all niggas crazy as fuck. Give me the virgin. First of all, y'all talking about, who gonna fuck safe? You fucking 100 people. All of them ain't wearing condoms. You ain't buying 100 condoms. Ain't nobody alive who ain't. Then come on. So you done rolled the dice one of these nights, bitch. Come on now. Fuck what you talking about? Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, come on now. Like, y'all sit there talking about, I want to. No. Don't nobody want nobody who didn't fuck 100 motherfuckers. No cap. Like, come on now. Like, shit. Now we out in public, and it's 5 niggas that you done fucked in the gang walking, laughing at me. Fuck I look like. Like, no. Like, come on, bro.
That's different for men, I
Yeah,
guess.
no, that shit crazy.
Women be like,
That shit crazy. Like, no.
It's my different women too, because let me see these 5 different bitches looking at me like, yeah,
Bro,
I
I'm
know
like,
what
who got this dick though? I got the penis now.
I'd rather take a fresh out the, like, that's like saying, like, you know what? I'd rather take 100,000 miles. I'd rather take my car with 100,000 miles on it than get it brand new off the
Okay,
lot.
that makes sense. That's actually a good ass analogy.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you know, like, that's crazy. That's like, you know, I'd rather
Used
take.
cars got character.
Okay, they know how to drive on a bumpy road, on a smooth road, they know all the ins and outs. You
broken leg,
The
goddamn
back
it.
door, the back
When you
way.
driving down the street, niggas gonna be like, damn, I used to drive the fuck out that car. I was riding that motherfucker all the way here and there. They gonna be like, bro, where you get that car? Oh yeah, bro. Oh, I had some days in that motherfucker. I promise you, my boy. Like, I know you enjoy it.
You making some
I
good ass
didn't get
points.
this car for y'all. I got this car for me.
That's cool. That's cool. But you gonna get tired of niggas stopping you saying like, yeah, I done drove that motherfucker too. Yeah, that motherfucker
not that
ride.
bold. You're not that
I ain't never had a nigga stop me and be like, yo, I drove that car.
Bro,
Okay,
if
yeah,
when we talking about the analogy, if your bitch done fucked 100 niggas, let's just say in Detroit. If your bitch grew up in Detroit and she done fucked 100 niggas, you gonna run into a couple of the niggas on the case.
Because look, you gotta think big. You could have had sex with a nigga in 100 different countries.
Okay, should have been
I ain't
traveling.
gonna never bump into that nigga.
Nigga, you know
And if I do, it don't really matter.
You talking about 100 different countries.
This is the international line.
Bitch, don't even leave the east side.
They get food out.
Come on now, come on
like
now.
this. I'm trying
Bro.
to get you to be like this.
Bro, you think over here thinking about these Instagram, fake Instagram bitches. The regular bitch. Come on, dog. You ain't. You talking about 100 countries.
Females, they got money now. They be
I was
traveling.
gonna say, like,
Okay.
I don't
They
think
got
it's
these
just
niggas in different
Instagram.
area
Okay,
codes.
if you fucked 100 niggas in 100 different countries, I really don't want you, bitch. You an international hoe, and you would be keeping in different area codes, bitch. You was the hoe in every area code. The fuck you talking about? Keep that.
He died on this hill.
He ain't coming off of it. He ain't coming off. He ain't coming off.
Bitch, pussy sponsored by Spirit Airlines and shit.
Hey, that is what.
That bitch get discounts.
But you know
What the
what?
fuck you talking about?
That's okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not
I
okay.
feel like
Chanel.
it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Talking about you ain't know spring chicken, nigga, and you want a spring chicken though.
Nah, I'm
Fuck outta
not
here.
gonna take a bitch with 100 plus bodies, nigga. You about to take
Just
a
because
slut.
you ain't got a
That nigga about to date nigga for evil.
200.
Hold on, wait, if you man, I'm
about to
not
date-
gonna keep bringing up this train, but
Yeah, nigga.
If
He
you-
died on this hill,
I
Malachi.
tell you though, if you
That's not-
was in
that's
the
not the
train,
same, though.
nah, if you was in the train, then that means that whatever dicks was in that train with you.
I wear a condom.
What does that matter?
So what does it mean?
Right.
It was just one
What
bitch.
if they
That's
fuck with a condom 100 times though?
Motherfuckers don't fuck with a
But what if they
What they
fuck
did.
100 times with a condom?
So we talking about purpose. So everybody here, every time y'all done fucked, y'all fuck with a
We
condom.
had talking about it.
I'm being realistic about the situation.
No. We said.
So if we got two, we got to listen to them talk. But before I just finish, two.
He don't want to answer.
We got 6 people in this room. If none of these 6 people can say they never fucked without a condom, then the odds are that person who fucked 100 people is not gonna fuck 100 people with a condom.
But what if she
That's what I'm
did?
saying. That's
Would you
6
be
out of
okay
6.
with
That's
that?
statistics.
Hypothetically, if she did.
No.
You still wouldn't?
No.
It's an image thing for him too.
It's not just the image.
So what if
It's
nobody
like
knows?
this, you don't respect yourself to not let 100
Whoa, that
niggas
does not mean that. That does not mean that. That is not what I want to
How many bodies you
What
got,
if she
Clint?
just like sex?
How many bodies you got, Clint? I'm curious.
That's a hot seat question.
Okay. We on
That's
this.
crazy.
But look, it ain't 100 though. It ain't 100 though.
But
That's all I'm saying.
Are you being double
Niggas
digits?
say it's 99, but it ain't 100.
No. Mine's under 50 for sure.
You still halfway there. You're not even halfway into life yet.
I just don't want to give it up. I got at least some spice for the hot seat.
Okay.
Like, you got
Right.
it. It's not getting for free.
No,
Go ahead.
Chanel.
I'm sorry.
Damn, I'm debating my answer.
I think you make me change your whole answer.
Because it's just so extreme. The extremes is what's throwing me
Hey,
off.
Yeah.
None
This
at
is
all.
what we had. This is what's
0 to
available.
100, nigga, real quick.
No, for real though.
As a woman, I would, if I had to choose, I'm gonna just go ahead with the 100 bodies because I'm not. You gotta know something. I'm sorry, I
You're not even
cannot.
teaching. That's exactly.
I don't mind teaching what I like specifically, but I'm not trying to teach you
Everything.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go to school for this. I'm
not a sex professional.
I'm not. I need you to have some experience. I need you to have some miles on it. You got to be able. I need.
Give me that car with 100,000 miles.
Yeah, just as a woman, I would prefer for the man. I would prefer for the man to be more experienced. So,
Funny as fuck.
You know, as long as those test results say negative,
Exactly.
we good.
In all aspects.
We good.
Okay?
What you did before me don't have nothing to do with me.
Like the MGM dad say, don't know you don't
Bro,
know you.
I would have to
good.
agree.
that was
I'll read the comments after everybody go.
Okay.
I would have to agree with her. I don't want nobody that don't know what they're doing. Because I can teach you what I like specifically, but I can't teach you the whole 9 yards.
Okay.
Like, we're not about to have,
Right.
we don't got time for that. We got 10 minutes.
Fucking
Okay, can you do what needs to be done in these 10 minutes? No?
Damn, you okay?
I just think this quickie real quick.
What are we talking about
I
here?
don't have to
Actually, a couple
Not going
minutes.
into, wait a second. Now we talking about something different. We talking
Can you
about
do what needs to be done? Oh,
In
no.
10 minutes, we should be, in 10 minutes, we should be good.
Yeah.
Women so lazy, they rather take a nigga that's wore the fuck out than teach a nigga brand new nigga.
But do not put me on the
That's
fuck out.
I just need a
Wait
tear.
a second. I'm still trying to get with the 10 minutes.
She lost me too. I think she lost most of the crowd here.
No, it was.
Well, she knows that well,
She
me.
said it don't take off.
I
I
mean,
mean, don't, but
I mean,
But
I'm
she
not
said-
saying that I wouldn't rather go longer than that, but I don't need more than 10
She
minutes
said-
every day.
10 is the quickest
Fair.
that you
Yeah.
need to go. If you can't go in 10 minutes, then you gotta bounce. Like,
She said we have jobs.
Okay, I don't get back to it.
Now, we worry about the way good.
It's like, nigga, I gotta log back in. I'm on break.
Damn.
That was loud.
That was real loud. That's funny as hell. Go ahead, Red.
Okay, so I really think. Well, I'm gonna start off saying I'm picking Sky High too, but I really think people preference Sky High with being dirty, promiscuous, and being unclean. It's like, no, that's not it. That's not it at all. Because you can meet the love of your life, and I know majority of people do not have that conversation today. I don't have that conversation because why does it matter? As long as you are upfront with me, you're clean with me. You know, like if I'm the only person you having sex with, cool. And it depends on the quality of people that you have sex with. If you out here busting down crackheads,
Right.
if you down here like just with the dirtiest of the dirty, then it's the difference between like, okay, I'm selecting my partners on this matter. God damn, this is your love. This is not me.
Y'all see?
Anywho, I don't think those two go hand in hand when you talk about like, okay, they got a Sky High partner. Okay, cool. This person can be my soulmate, and he got 100+ partners, and he is dedicated to pleasing me. He's committed to me, and everything else. It's like, well, this is the person I chose. This personality, the vibe. You know what my body likes. You know what my mind like. You know what my spirit like. Why the fuck would I pick you?
Okay, so we decided to look up the definition of promiscuous, and it basically means when you have more than one sexual partner. So that's like me. I'm sorry,
Having
me.
or characterized by many transient sexual relationships. 2 is demonstrating or implying an undiscriminating or unselective approach, indiscriminate or casual.
You just like,
If you fuck 100 people, you're casually fucking.
But
So casually fucking is promiscuous, but I feel like that's not don't have to be negative.
But what if you not casually, like, I guess casually going about it, but you just
You dated 100 people.
right, exactly.
Y'all ever seen that movie?
Damn, nigga, how long you been alive? If you'd have been alive 26 years,
Hey,
you
you date
dated
somebody
100.
every day.
I actually have
That's
a good.
casual. That's like, nigga.
But
Hold on. You know what they call casual?
Where?
I was gonna say
It's
that would
clothes that you wear on a regular basis. You doing that shit regularly.
But if you're trying to find somebody,
That's casual.
Okay, I'm gonna have to skin.
unselected.
Exactly. So I would
I'm
actually.
looking for something particular,
100
and if I can't find that in 100 people, and
No,
then
no,
100
no.
persons I find it, it's like we're 101.
We only
You'd be
had
like,
two
damn.
options, man. We only had two.
I find
I'd rather take 0 than 100.
And there's a lot of people who would agree with you,
But that's what I'm saying. You
But
chose
it might
100, sir.
It might also be the fact that you
You
are
chose the
a
number
guy.
100.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
as a
No,
guy-
Malachi said you said the 100, right?
No.
What?
It's 100
I mean, yeah, basically.
Oh, you said
Oh,
100.
okay.
I will go that way.
I would say that most
No,
people
you
probably
say-
say the virgin only because it's teachable for you as a guy. As a guy, it's easy for you.
But I
to
feel
have
like it's
sex.
teachable for y'all as women. I done had a woman teach me, you know what I'm
because
saying?
you get to
What she
mold
know.
that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I also done read up on it
Like,
too,
look,
so that's
this
why
is
like
what
y'all
you
kind of
should.
underestimate virgins.
Start
Rather
doing
the
that.
virgin can come in knowing some
Maybe
shit.
I get off on it.
I teach, but I ain't. Come on now, this ain't.
I mean,
reading
Hey, we
rainbow.
got our preference.
Damn, y'all ain't virgins.
So wait, I'm gonna read read this comment real quick. That's kind of it's a bunch of other comments, but I'm gonna read this one specifically because it goes into what we're talking about. Beauty in my skin said, experience means nothing if they have always been trash at pleasing, but you can go through bodies trying to find a body that has enough experience. Yeah. So you can be trying sex and this person be trash. Then that person is trash. Then that person is trash. Then that person is trash.
It's a lot. They might not actually be trash. It might be
not pleasing for you. And the thing about it is, if sex is your deal breaker, you're not going to stay with them. Therefore, this relationship is not going to work. I want to date somebody else. And if sex is a deal breaker for me, I want to fuck you. And if it don't feel good, you gotta go. You feel me? On to the next. So it's just how it works.
A lot of stimulations.
All right. So anyway, proceed.
Oh, you read the comments, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start back at the top then. Let me go back.
Since you started.
Beauty in my skin said what is sky high, so we said 100 plus. Matt, is there another one before that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Don with 5 E's, I think, said nope, I want a whore. And then
I didn't
But everything else, give me a whore.
Yeah, I think we kind of all want horse in bed.
Women is crazy. Hey, that's why niggas be out here the way we do. Hey, I love it. Hey, I love it. It's a beautiful game.
Rapper talk about they want to hook.
It's a beautiful Hey, you can fuck 1,000 women and still find your wife, homie. Don't worry about it. They just guarantee, they solidified it here. Okay.
Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, Mac_10 said no zeros, meaning no virgins in this bitch. Said hell to the no. MGM_Dad says shit can be as high as it want to be. I just don't want to know about it.
Okay, that's fine. That's honest.
Yeah,
that's honest.
Till you walk in the mall with the bitch and niggas snickering at
you think that's really
That's what she said. It's an image thing for you because you worried about what people gotta say about you versus if you actually fucking love this woman.
We all worried about what people gotta say.
I mean,
if people tell you you got a book in your nose, you gonna go and pick it because you worry about how people looking at you with the book in your
person's
nose.
not paying me, feeding me, or fucking me. Why do I care?
Because it's embarrassing.
And so what?
You embarrassing to know? Because
what if somebody told you that they only had one body and you ain't know that they was lying?
And you just so happen to walk in the mall.
And that's that one right there.
Okay, so if there's that one, then that's cool.
But how do you know it's
But how you know is that she only
It could be anyone. Anybody that's sticking with you.
Anybody.
I mean, so if that's the case, that's different. But I'm saying we basing off a truthful relationship. Like if we being truthful and he really being honest, like I know for a fact she has 100 plus or she has 0. That's what I know.
Right.
Basis that we was on. So if I know for a fact she has 100 plus, and we in a party and it's 5 niggas over there,
and we in the scene,
or she bump we go to the club. She bump to the club and niggas like, hey, what's up? Ooh, ooh. And she gotta avoid the hug because she with me. Like, come on now, like, nigga, come on.
That matters to him.
Or she might hug the nigga. I'm just saying, like,
I feel like it's a different stipulation for men versus women. The stigma is just so different because, to be honest with you, no offense to guys, but in Detroit at least, majority of the time you're gonna see a nigga that has fucked at least. You know what I'm saying? Let's go 60 up. They fucked a lot of women in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
I think y'all be giving niggas more credit.
No,
you gotta remember your
maybe not. But at the end of the day, for a fact, in Detroit, men have definitely had a lot of sex with a lot of these females, and it's like. But if a woman said that let's say that I have had, hypothetically speaking, everybody, let's say that I had came up, me and this dude had the same body count. Let's say I had 50 men that I slept with, and you had.
I'm just saying, damn.
She is in a hypothetical situation.
I know, I just said. 50 boys, damn.
We know we put right there. So let's say I have 50 and he had 50, right? They gonna be looking at me like I'm a hoe and give this nigga play. Because he done fucked 7 women and I done had sex with 7 men. I mean, sorry, I said 50 and I had sex with 50 men. So look at me like a hoe and him like that he that nigga.
But this would bring me back to why I brought up your body count earlier.
I'm not.
Don't about my body count. That's
I'm
crazy.
just letting you know.
You can't ask another man about his body count in Birdman hands. I'm just saying, but go ahead.
I'm just letting you know you can't be out here like worried about body count if you got body count.
But
Regardless of what your body count
that's
is.
the thing. That's why I said 50. That's crazy. I said my shit under 50. If I had 50, it's different. Just like this.
I was like, if you counted your body out, I'm pretty.
Look,
listen.
He started off by saying under 50.
No, listen.
So he's already high.
Exactly.
You're already a hoe,
Listen.
You're already a hoe. Give it up.
I didn't have no vagina in my face. Yes, I am a hoe. I already admitted that. I never had no issues, but I live my truth.
So
I
you
stand
can be a
in my
hoe, but
truth.
your girl can't be a hoe.
Right.
She can't be a reformed
Exactly.
hoe.
I want what I want.
There we go.
Okay. You know what?
Okay.
If my girl got the same amount of bodies that I got, we cool. Even she got 10 more, then we cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay, that's
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. Well, I might have a problem with it depending on where it's at. They all in one location. like this, you fuck all the niggas on 7 Mile, bitch.
At least spread your
On each in the red zone, I can't fuck with. I'm sorry, I can't.
No,
Like it's the location too. That adds to it.
But you don't want them all in the same place. But when they was in different countries, you don't want her either.
Right, that was
They don't wear it out.
I mean, that's when it was 100.
Oh.
If you fuck 100 niggas in 100 different countries, bitch, I can't trust you. I don't want you to go on no girl trips.
Okay.
I don't want you. Bitch, you better not post a picture of you on the trip. Bitch, I swear to God, if I don't got your location for 2 days, it's a problem. You can't trust a bitch like that. That's all I'm saying.
I get you on that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree.
That makes a lot of sense. I
But
ain't gonna lie.
shit,
That's
like,
actually funny as fuck.
ain't no nigga out here trying to cuff 100. Man, these niggas capping. If any of these niggas today found out they bitch fucked 100 niggas, they heart finna sink into their stomach. They ain't finna eat for 2 days. Niggas finna be playing the fuck around. You remind me of a girl, my niggas about to be heartbroken. I swear to God, nigga. Any nigga bitch sit up here and look him dead in the eye and be like, babe, I've been lying to you. I done fucked a lot of niggas.
Yeah, that's a little second.
That's a hard drop, bro. Come on, like, hey, babe, it's way more than I told you.
At that point, I feel like
Way more. Fuck.
you should probably be striving for something higher.
I'm about to read. Okay, so Dominique said, I'ma still go the sky high as long as they didn't fuck one of my friends. LOL.
Okay, yeah.
And I was saying that's a little sticky because.
Man, you
No,
better not make no new
that's a
friends.
deal breaker for me.
But how are you gonna? I mean,
You better not make no new friends. That's a lot of motherfuckers.
Okay, wait. So with friends, we were talking about friends from.
I'm talking about one of my best friends.
Okay,
I'm talking about
I was-
close.
okay.
I know you personally. I'll be on the phone with you. I'll be texting.
I was
I'll
gonna
be
say
in your
because
house.
it's like you would have to literally like because who really off rip talk? I mean, let's say like they're
Right.
on a daily basis.
Right.
Nobody off rip tell their dude that this is my best friend, this is my friend, this is my friend. He only gonna know when he see them. You see what I'm saying? If it's not somebody
That's
who's
your
close.
girl.
Yeah,
That's your friend.
like,
She gonna
we
bring it up.
had-
There's so many
situation,
names that
you know,
are the same. It's so many
No.
Dominiques, so
Not
many, so
really,
many
because
Rachels, there's so many
We've
of these
had
names.
a situation like twice,
Motherfuckers having one night stand.
and
That's true.
we had discussed it because we closed. So I can't really say that because we be like, oh, this is such and such.
Yeah, you just your closest friends like,
Yeah.
hey, look at this and you
Have
see
you ever had a one
It wasn't even like look at him. It was like
No, no.
they just came across each other's paths. He's like, hey, I'm like, I know that nigga. like you.
But that's what I'm saying.
If you ever had a one night stand, it ain't like you sitting up there asking motherfuckers like, you know what I'm saying, who do you know? Do you know such and such and such and who? Y'all might not have that
You
conversation.
ain't gonna remember until you see
And then
them.
you might end up linking up 7 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out it's a person that you rock with that they friends with. Or it's a person that you
But I think that's
friends
different from a one time than continually fucking.
Yeah, like,
So y'all would be okay if he fucked a friend on a one night stand.
if it was like
One
crossing
night
paths,
stand
like,
and that's
yeah.
it.
If
And
y'all
that
was
was it.
dating, like y'all was together.
Yeah, then no. But if
I
y'all
don't know
was-
because what if the pussy was good and he said I was supposed to double back but I never found her.
What y'all so extra with these?
Yeah, these
So
are
that's-
narratives.
Because sometimes one night stands be like, damn.
Okay,
I
you can't keep adding extra stuff.
All right, I'll give up.
See, Sam like pussy. She think about it from a man's perspective. He coming in like, hey, nigga, I didn't. Sometimes you wanna double. She know how I feel to double back. You know how I feel when you wanna. You're like, man, I need to try that one. Yeah, I mean, hey. I feel. No, we up here saying we with you. This
You have a male panel.
I'm about to say this the pussy eating corner on me.
All right. Let me proceed real quick. All right, let's see. So N_Rich said, as long as I never found out because I won't. Wait. And he said, as long as I never find out because I won't ask, who cares? He also said, Shawty be getting slurred out, huh? I don't know who we're talking about. Somebody laughing emojis.
What he said? Getting what?
Somebody, he said, Shawty be getting slurred out, huh?
Slutty. I'm pretty sure he
Slutty out?
Oh, okay. That sounds better.
Yeah.
Matt Tanner said that's why the mindset matters.
Thanks.
MJ_Dad said, don't want no used shoes.
Yes,
And there's thrift stores for a reason. It's thrift stores for a fucking reason.
She said, you don't like, what is one man's trash, another man's treasure type shit?
And we're people. We're not
we leave that to the dumpster divers. Okay? Look, when you understand
First of all,
it's a certain
thrift
level,
shopping
it's a certain
be
level.
lit.
It does.
No, kids.
And
you
you
But
find
listen,
winners.
no, listen. Thrift shopping was lit when I was 18, poor as hell. Nigga, we had to scrunch up for a bag of weed. That's what thrift shopping was. Yeah, I know. But you know how broke you gotta be to go to 3 thrift stores to try and find some
You don't gotta be that broke.
Listen, as a nigga,
I do it for dance all the time.
as a nigga who done been thrift shopping, I did it because I was broke. Because if I
Not
couldn't,
everybody do it for that reason.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
just
No,
gonna
we gotta
say,
stop adding extra
I
stuff.
didn't go thrift shopping because I was
So
broke.
we keep throwing
When's the last
stuff.
time you been to a thrift store?
I actually go to a thrift store for you guys can hear.
I'm good.
He's like, yeah, well, I'll
It was like a year ago. around this time.
So you went thrift shopping. When the last time you went clothes shopping? Or you bought some clothes?
I went right after that.
So
I bought stuff from there, but then I bought stuff from there.
the last time you bought clothes was a year ago?
Well, no, I got some more clothes not too long ago. But I'm
Where you
saying,
get them
I
from?
got you.
I
The
bought
thrift
them
store?
online because I didn't feel like
Why
I
didn't you
didn't
go
have
to
my car.
That's my whole.
But it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can. No,
But you got money, you be like, all right, you know what?
Just
I'm
nobody
gonna
knows about
I had the means to
That's
go to
somebody
both
see
at the
No,
time.
But she doesn't want to see us.
They can have a business. They can have a certain looks there that people don't
But
like. And
I
it's
can't
like,
call it out loud,
creative.
'cause
It's like
it don't matter.
But I mean, this is
Anybody
really.
leave my shit?
But if we have sex in it, it's
Oh, that's
trash.
cheating on her
It
thing.
don't matter.
I just feel like.
No,
never
that
happened.
was racist.
That's what I said.
That don't happen.
Alright, so
No, it don't. If it was trash, it didn't happen.
Let's bring it back here real quick, y'all.
No, it's count.
Yo.
She about to read these comments, y'all.
Enrich said, be ready to fight the whole hood over a loose one. Damn. Matt Tanner said, y'all be stuck on the past, tunnel vision on the future.
Yeah,
I'll be stuck on the past.
MJ_Dad said, I done been in uncomfortable situations, so it is what it is. Laughing emoji. Mac_Tanner said, you want her to list the 100? Question mark.
Like the show,
no,
goddamn.
nigga.
And okay, like damn, you wanna know every nigga that I know because I guess it's gonna be the only way if you gonna know if they, you know what I'm saying, know somebody that you know.
Some niggas want to know, like, I don't even know, like, you really want me to do that shit. First of all, how many of us realistically have that conversation? Like, how many people that should
I didn't have that conversation.
I've never told him.
I've never asked that with dating.
I'll never ask myself. I mean, I ask like on the game, but other than that,
Why do you ask though?
No, it's not like I ask. It'd be like, say for example, after we have sex, we sit up here. Because me personally, I like to. I don't like to say I like to give out interviews, but I like to educate myself on how I can better please my woman. So when I talk about it, I'm like, oh, was that some of the best you ever had? She's like, no. Such made me squirt, or such made me squirt. I'm like, okay, let me make her squirt then. You know what I'm saying? And then we get into that and we talk about our experiences, and then after a while, we just sit up there. It just comes up in conversation. It's like, you know, like talking about like your family trauma. Like you're not gonna come out and ask, oh, was you abused as a kid? Like no, it just it just come out in conversation when you open it up to somebody and y'all having that heart to heart and y'all being transparent.
No, as many conversations that I've had with as many people, I've had heart to heart people. I mean, I've had heart to heart conversations with people all the time, and I will say body count has never been one of those conversations. We didn't went through trauma after trauma after trauma. Sexual conversations is like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? We sit there, even after sex, like we sit there chop it up. But I will say 100% of the time, no one has asked me, and I never asked the person how many people have you had sex.
And no one has asked me, like say for example, about sexual trauma, but you have probably talked about that. So just because you haven't had that conversation doesn't mean it isn't happening. Because I haven't had that conversation.
I never said that though. I'm just saying
sexual
it's like
trauma versus body count is the same.
When she said
No.
trauma versus trauma, no, we're talking about the conversations that people have when they're opening up to their partner.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just listening different
When you
things.
said trauma, because I don't really like talk about.
But what body count? I would say.
I don't talk about my traumas. I'll talk about my body count, my sexual experience when I talk about my traumas.
Okay.
But just because you were open with that conversation, you know, in yours, or you haven't had that conversation, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not being had. You
He
know
said
what I'm
it's
saying?
not it may be like
It's a
to
you
you,
question,
but it may not be universal to everybody
So
else.
you have and you haven't. So me, I personally, I have not had that conversation either. So I just maybe just
it's
didn't
not,
come up.
Maybe it's not.
Apparently, I did.
You did?
I guess.
A body count?
According to him.
Well, okay, so since you want to bring it up,
Oh.
There we go. Now we potting.
it only happened because of the podcast. We had brought up body count during the podcast, and everybody had to go down the line basically. So.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. That's
But
good.
we had a separate
Oh,
conversation
okay.
later.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, that went bad then. All right, so, MJ_Dab said that could happen even if she only had 5 bodies, meaning like you can run into people, you can run into
That's what I'm
anybody
saying.
anywhere.
Anybody.
I mean, but if we comparing 5 to 100, that's like saying if I throw 5 balls at a wall versus if I throw 100 balls at a wall, like nigga, how many more balls gonna be on the floor?
So he said the more it is, the more people you gonna see.
That's my whole
No,
point.
he said the more people that you have sex with, the more people you gonna see around. Versus
Like
5, it's like
it's
very,
like
it's
the
less
likelihood
likely.
of
Yeah.
increases. Like
Yeah.
we're not gonna act like we don't know about statistics. Like
Right.
nigga, the
I feel
likelihood
that.
increases. Come on.
But he
man.
also said so.
5
It's,
But
versus
that's if you're in
100.
the same place.
Let's get through these comments.
And
then he
that's
said so. It's cool if she get ran out the country.
Yeah,
She out the
hey,
country,
for
then
real.
it's like
Like, niggas alright with that. Niggas like,
We ain't say that.
it's not really-
Say that.
no, it's okay. It's okay, cause the niggas who cool with 100 bodies, that don't matter. It's in the past, baby. If it's like 5 niggas who fucked you and you was sucking dick at the same time, it's okay for them.
No,
It's okay.
because I said it's about the quality.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
gonna
But you don't know the quality of the whole 100. You're not gonna go down the whole list.
That's true.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you
I'm
gotta
saying,
know,
what about you?
I'm just
Oh.
saying. Exactly. I don't want to know, but I'm just saying. If I had to know whether she had 0 or 100, like I'm not gonna just ask her. Oh, you finna fuck? Like I say, I don't. It's straight up come out and ask bitches how many niggas you fuck. It come up in conversation.
But let's talk about it though,
You know what I'm saying?
because
That's crazy.
when
Like,
I
you
had
have
sex
to
with
ask
him back then, and he, you know what I'm saying, he ain't the best now.
Yo.
Does that make me a bad person? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, he was good then, but right now he ain't looking too
But
good.
I'm just saying, like you.
No, I was just saying like what then? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
It still count.
Like I'm saying, like also I heard for the quality thing. But anyway, Dominique said people never ask me what mine is. It's a turnoff to me.
Okay.
Minnie_K said I haven't been asked that since a younger teenager. She said it's a she said preteen even. She said that shit for little niggas. That's what she said. She said I wouldn't get offended if someone asked her. So she wouldn't get offended, but she haven't been asked since she was younger. And I guess I thought that's
Well, okay, so I don't
He's
think
not asking
I don't
bitches
think
body
Clint-
count. I
Clint
was about to say,
wasn't
let's
Clint
clarify
wasn't saying
that.
he was asking.
We don't ask bitches with body count. I don't give a fuck for real. But I'm just I kind of care, but it's not not to the
Not that
point.
bad.
Not that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
not real
Like, if it
bad.
come up,
Bad.
yeah. You sound crazy. I was gonna say no.
Not good bad, but bad.
That's funny as hell. All right, anybody else got something to say?
Ask them is it hoeing if a dude wrecks
Say it louder for us when you read it.
Ask if is it hoeing if a dude wrecked a female and leave her $100 and never call her again?
So
That's
is it
tricky.
bad?
Bro, you care for a prostitute.
Yeah,
That's
That's
tricking. Nigga, that's tricking, my boy.
That's a little
If you
prostitute.
like whores, for real.
Hey, you can go to jail for that, my guy.
So that's a crime.
Prostitution.
My
Hey,
God.
hold on, what kind of audience you got?
What did he say?
Hey, you didn't tell them to hop on here. I want to bring some to couch about something. My boy talking crazy.
What did you say if you rape?
So I'm gonna put it on the bench and leave it
Right,
alone.
like, but that's his lingo at that point.
Send that
I thought you
nigga.
said.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, tell them no. We don't know about them.
We
Now.
don't do that. We don't do that.
But okay, so we're gonna I'm sorry, it's one more comment that I cannot see.
Is it from Dominique?
No, I don't know what that
This shot glass
says.
is so funny.
I don't see
Oh, this
that
from
one.
Mark.
Kay said preteen even. Damn, she said preteen.
No, she said that nobody even asked her that, but since she
Hold on,
I'm gonna read
he
this
said-
comment.
It's like, but bitches be wanting to pay after the one night stand though.
Yo,
I'm gonna
It
read
may
this.
not be your reality, but it was for
Yo.
some.
You right.
I'm gonna read this comment real quick because I don't see it on none of our stuff. Do you see that?
I was late, so I don't
Look at it.
Mac Taylor said, so you a hoe with low value but want
Here you go.
a high value woman. What if she looks at you the same? No dick control. Talking to you quick.
But like I said, I got control of my dick.
No, she's saying no. I'm gonna read it again for you.
You know.
We
It
talking
said-
about a woman with zero.
So
versus
it said
100.
no. So you a hoe with low value but want a high value woman. What if she looks at you the
Who
same way?
said I'm a hoe?
No, like you have 50 plus, right? Let's say you have 50.
I don't have 50 plus.
But
Okay,
he
whatever.
said whatever your number is, you didn't fuck this amount and she ain't fucked that many. She looking at you like you fucking crazy.
Yeah, like whoa.
Why you going so
but
crazy?
like all the women just said here, they would take a nigga with experience versus a
No,
nigga
I'm talking about the girl you choose.
Right.
I know, but I'm just saying it's more likely, like it's a double standard. Obviously, we understand that. The women just said they would take a nigga with 100 bodies, a hoe with low value, over a nigga with 0. They just said that. We had women that agree. So if we base it off of that standard, off the women that's in this table, I'm about to answer a question. If we base off that standard, if we base it off the standard of the women in this room, then
Turn it down.
Oh,
they. Damn, I done lost track.
I'm sorry. It was
no,
like,
yeah, I literally tuned it out. My bad. So
I'm sorry.
if women, go ahead. If women,
Like I said, if women like niggas with low value, they don't give a fuck. Like they don't place their value in where you place your dick at. Cause they just said every woman in this room just said they would date a nigga over with 100 bodies over a nigga with 0. Nigga,
it's quality. You didn't miss the whole thing.
100 bodies, you ain't being very selective.
Not how many.
100, you not being very
It's
selective.
a lot of. You know how many people is in the world?
You know how much effort?
Keep adding to
No, we said 0 or 100.
Right, we can't keep. But there's so many people in the world where you can definitely have high quality 100 people.
But we're not talking about quality.
The
majority of people I meet are trash.
Right. If you want the question wasn't somebody asked a question in the comment. The comment
you
was
want a high value woman.
remember he was saying like
but they were saying if they were suggesting if I was a low value man, say for example if I had 50 plus bodies, like and I would expect a woman with lower bodies. And what I was saying was, y'all, all the women in this room just said that they would date a man with 100 plus bodies over a man with 0 bodies. So I'd rather have 50 plus bodies than less than 50 bodies. If I'm looking at it from a man's standpoint, because then I got more experience, and that's the way women would look.
Right, but she was saying that what if the woman you chose, right, who got the lesser bodies, and you got your amount of women, she looks at she asks you your body count, you say a little bit lower than 50, let's say you say 40. And she said, "Oh my God, you're a hoe. I don't want to deal with you no more." And that's what she's saying. She's like, "Well, is it?" That's how she's saying. How do you want?
Did she not the one for me? I just walk away. Like, nigga, you can take an L. Everybody ain't been for everybody.
That's true.
You know, I've been say, "Oh, you be so perfect if you was 6 feet." All right, you have a good day. Hey, that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
And
take the L.
High and low value is subjective.
That's what we're saying. We all saying that.
But everybody's thing is different. But you gotta take the L. If bitch tell me, "Oh, I don't like your body," cool, boom. I ain't finna make a big fuss about it. I ain't finna.
Mac Tanner said the no condom women you don't go after, right?
But he's saying that there's no one in the
I was
world
about to
that's
say,
not having sex with nobody.
if a bitch done fucked 100 niggas,
Let's say
one of them niggas didn't wear a condom.
what if they match your what if they match your amount and it's no condom? You believe in that scenario?
That's the problem.
No, I'm just asking different questions. It's dicey. No, I'm saying if a woman matched your body count and they definitely didn't have sex with a no condom, is that okay? Like, would you believe that? Would you realistically believe that? Because what they, I'm not saying you haven't. I ain't even gonna ask you, but if a woman had the same body count as you and they for a fact they had sex every time with no condom, with a condom, would you believe that?
No, I wouldn't. But I still fuck with her anyway.
Okay.
I just know the bitch a liar.
I know people that is avid on their comments.
Yeah, same.
They just
same,
like,
same.
hey,
Yeah, alright, bitch.
hey, my nigga, who hurt you because
MG_Dad said, he said, "Hey, I had that happen before." I mean, must you know I said last week that we might randomly send in a person. So would you like to comment on your experience? Yay or nay? It's up to you. So we can go move on. You know what I'm saying? Why you just erase it over you?
I didn't know.
It's okay.
Because it was her friend. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, no, we can definitely move on. But I do want to you guys got something else to say about it?
It's very passionate talk.
It's very passionate.
Leave us more comments below because this is
I got one more thing to say. All the niggas who chose 100 over, they would date Kim Kardashian. And they'd be proud of it. Them niggas Pete Davidson.
No.
Oh, my son.
And a lot of y'all would. So there we go.
Mac Tanner said, "You just don't believe in shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You don't believe a goddamn thing."
Bro, I believe realistic shit.
That is realistic. Some
Like,
people
you were about them every time. You didn't fuck.
Yes, people
Yeah,
say
people that's adamant about condoms. They like sex, but they love sex. Like,
And listen, as a nigga who loves sex, and I was just talking to my cousins the other day about this. Nigga, 3 condoms come in a pack. You gonna go 4 rounds.
Excuse me, they make bigger boxes. What are you talking about?
I understand, but ain't no nigga going to the store for a motherfucking overnight
You're not avoiding
and buying a
life
big ass 50 pack. Niggas buy. Let me get the 3 pack.
And you got a woman, and that woman will say sex because she keeps condoms. Like I keep condoms. You're not about to come here and be like, oh, I got it for you, baby.
Yes, women are definitely.
This is a home box.
How many you got?
That's my answer.
First question. Don't be in my. Don't be in my.
No, that's
a hot seat question. That's a hot seat question.
No, I feel like that's important though, because like I say, 3 condoms come in the box.
But there are
niggas you better not do 4 rounds.
No producer is gonna only make a 3-pack of condoms. Come on now. Let's think
You only shop in the hood, don't you?
Go to your local CVS, my nigga.
Right.
Listen.
If your ass on Walmart, a
listen.
CVS, a Myers, and then you gonna see the 12, you gonna see the 24.
Because I want to grab everything I need. I'm about to grab my liquor. I'm about to grab my wood.
You grab all that shit from Myers.
No, before I leave the east side, Myers, I ain't trying to go to no fucking Myers. I'm trying to do this shit before I hop on the freeway. And then when I hop on the freeway, I got everything.
people talking out
Fucking 8 miles. You know where I stay at?
Hold on 1 second. You said what? You telling the story over there?
No, I said I agree with Chris. I said if I met a man
Hold on, wait. 1 second, y'all. We gotta all be on one accord. So what are you saying, Chanel?
No, I was saying I met a man. If I met a man who told me he had sex with 100 women and he used a condom every time, I'm gonna think he lied.
I say her and Clint was the same, but I also met somebody who's like, well, I met a couple of people actually, a guy and a woman would not have sex without having a condom with oral and with penetration sex. And I met a girl like that. She was all having a conversation like, well, no, we haven't used condom. Well, the dental dams, the condoms when you get oral. She was like, that's weird because I would definitely use one. And we all looked at her like, huh? But you gotta think, like, that's how she was brought up, or this is how people were brought up. I only want safe sex, and this is how I'm gonna have safe sex. And I actually asked the guy, like, why do you like this? It's like, well, this is how I feel comfortable. I had no problem with it.
There's so much shit going on in the world.
This was years ago.
Yeah, and imagine them are like the people that you've met then. It's so many more people aside from that. I'm gonna read some of the comments real quick. So MGM_Dab said, I'm talking about the girl saying I'm too short. So previously he said, hey, I had that happen to me before. He's talking about a girl saying that he's too short. He had that happen to him before.
That's life, nigga. You take it on the chin.
Mac Tanner said, you kind of attract what you are no matter the counts. She also said, y'all got me over here taking shots. Y'all take one.
Yeah.
We can do that and then we're going to
So on that note, we're going to go ahead and take that shot with you. And I hope you got another. You feel me?
Yeah, make sure you get drunk because I know a lot of y'all.
I'm gonna need you to extend your arm. Cause you have to put more effort into the shot.
Your long ass arm, you gotta reach over here.
Put more effort.
No,
not extended like that.
He's talking about this is as far as I'm going. Think about it. All right, come on.
So you gotta make a nigga halfway or
Special
something.
guest.
Oh, wait, read Mini K comment and then we can move on.
All right, last comment of the night for this particular comment. I'm sorry, topic. Mini_K said, I mean, ideally, anything after 10 sounds like a lot. Idealistically, if you've been having sex for 25 to 30 years, you can easily have 100 bodies under your belt. That's 3 to 4 people a year. Not to get the masses. Okay. Exactly. You said not that you be bisexual. Not that you, don't be, damn girl, don't do that to me.
No, listen. No, see, this is where she got the math wrong. That's 3 to 4 people a year since you've been sexually active. You talking about a 25-year-old niggas ain't been fucking since they was 2.
That's true.
You can't sit up there and go there. You gotta go from the
But you gotta think about the people who's like
I'm just saying
40, 50, 60.
Yeah, I
okay,
that's
so
cool, but if you still add up, if people start having
We
sex,
really need to move on to the next topic.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we
Actually,
got a special.
so we've been doing this shit after. So I don't know if y'all noticed, like sometimes we accept people to come over with us and talk, but afterwards we usually talk about this shit after the podcast. I got something to say. I want to do some calculations in this motherfucker. I want to be okay.
Anywho,
all right. On to the next topic. We have our special guest, the Dungeon. She is going to talk about her business and give us some insight on domestic violence and also a upcoming event. So I'm going to give her the floor.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mariah. I have a nonprofit domestic violence initiative named Stars Initiative. And we are a metropolitan, initiative for domestic violence. A lot of people don't know that Detroit, Michigan does not have a domestic violence shelter. And that the nearest domestic violence shelter is in Ypsilanti, which is about maybe 45 minutes to an hour if you have a car, or if you gotta get on a bus, it's maybe like 2 hours. So we are basically an upcoming place, and we are resources if you need them. You can call 24/7. I'm always answer the phone. I got other people that help me.
Hey, yeah, I am part of the board too.
This is one of my board members, right? But besides that, we are raising money to get our first shelter in Detroit, Michigan. And hopefully everywhere else in the world, because we definitely need it. Being in the inner city, there's a lot of domestic violence that happens here, both women and men. We focus on women and those that are like women, because we have bisexual people on our board. So we do service, what's the correct word for that? We do service gender fluid women. But you won't be serviced like with biological women, because of you are technically not biologically a woman. So we are raising money. We have t-shirts, and we have an upcoming event. We having a domestic violence empowerment fashion show, October 23rd from 3 to 7.
Yes, please.
From 3 to 7, basically to raise money for our first shelter, which is going to be more of an apartment-like thing rather than a shelter. Reason being is because I myself is a domestic violence survivor. I had 2 different relationships, being in domestic violence relationships. And I was one of the 10% of the women that had her own house, had her own car, but I did make a mistake of putting a guy on the lease with me that was abusive. So I do have a daughter, and my daughter went through a lot of these things with me. I've been through things as far as damn near being kidnapped, guns pointed to my head, my door kicked down with my daughter there, police surrounded my house like I was a drug house because I had somebody literally beating my ass, and my neighbors was calling on me. I'm calling the police on me. My daughter almost got taken away. And I couldn't get to these places because they were kind of far, and I did have a daughter, I did have a job, I did have things in the inner city, and if it was a resource like what a Stars Initiative is trying to give to our city, then I would have been better off. But I mean, I'm okay, I made it. I'm good.
Yes, you did.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to help women of those of like how I was. I was 22, to almost 27 when I was going through these things, and I had a kid with me. And most shelters that we do have are substance abuse-based shelters, or pregnant-based shelters, or like different things like that. We don't have an actual domestic violence-based shelter, and domestic violence women need different things from substance abuse victims and stuff like that. So that's what we're providing. And any questions?
I want to say, I love it.
We definitely need more board members for sure. We definitely need people with help in the community. We definitely want you guys to come out to the fashion show. It's not just for guys, it's for women too. We have amazing women that are models. The models don't have to be a victim of domestic violence. You could be just a woman that want to be empowered yourself, and we want to empower women and give back to our women because we are women, and we want to make you guys happy. So it's any woman, any shape, any size. It's not necessarily based on fashion. It's based on the empowerment of our women. So we do have an audition coming up. Again, our second and last audition, September 18th. You can definitely DM me on the Stars Initiative on Facebook or Instagram, and get the information for the flyer to be a model. We are looking for
13.
We looking for hairstylists.
We're looking for 4 hairstylists, and we're looking for 9 vendors, men and women.
Men and women, yes, for
And
sure.
13, which is talking about
We need
previously.
13 more
Models.
models.
12.
Oh, you going? Okay.
Okay, 12 more models.
So,
So, walk the runway, we're in purple and black because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. and we want to, give back to our women, but also give them resources, and that there is people that are like you out here that can help you and be better off. Everything. So.
Absolutely.
Oh, you did ask about getting involved. You definitely can email us or inbox us. We definitely need board members for sure. Like I said, it's not just about women. It's the men. Men can be, if you are supportive of and you are against domestic violence, we definitely need that, because without a man supporting being against domestic violence, we not really nowhere.
Right.
So if anybody can help, we need help for everything. So definitely.
Mac underscore Tana said, where's it located, the shelter and the fundraiser? So the shelter is up and coming. That's why we're having the event.
We to get a building.
To get a building, get an apartment, get a house, something like that. So once the event is over, if we get enough supporters, allies that want to come out and buy a ticket for the event. By the way, it will be, the tickets are $50. It includes food, bottomless mimosas while supplies last.
And, and we got good food, like not like chicken and stuff like that. We got a whole meat, we got macaroni, we got green beans, we got meatballs, we got salad, we got good mimosas, because we got an alcoholic that's over the mimosa.
You feel me?
So, we have definitely a great event. We want to, empower these women and, make sure they feel good about themselves. But we're also encouraging women that are, a victim of domestic violence or do need help to come out and, speak to us, because we do have resources that can also help you as well.
Do you have like a, people have GoFundMes, or they have like a particular area where they can give the money?
On the website.
On the website, we do have a donation button, starsinitiative.org. I can give it to you guys.
Okay, we'll put it in the our description so that people can click it and go ahead and.
And you can donate anywhere from $5 to anything. Anything will help right now. We're just trying to get our building to help, our women to have their own space. We don't want to be like a regular shelter. We want it to be like a community-based thing, to where they have their own house or their own apartment complex, and the women with children have their own building and their own apartment complex with their children, and they feel safe in like a kind of gated community. So we definitely are.
I have another question. Mac underscore tennis said, has it been hard finding your voice to speak on this? You're in a unique place with having been gone through this and being an organizer. So has it been like hard to find your voice?
It was hard to find my voice. I want to say that my first relationship was with my daughter's father, and it took me years. Like I was in this relationship for 6 years, and my mother didn't even know I was, getting abused. And I kept quiet for a long time. So I definitely know it's people that's out there, people that we're related to, that definitely, are hiding these things that we don't know about it. I just encourage, speaking up and getting that weight off your shoulder. Because when I first started the Stars Initiative, it was a project as an undergrad student before I got my bachelor's degree. And I wanted to find a way to help women that were in my shoes. I thought about how I was and what I needed, and that we didn't have that, and I created a program to supplement the things that we don't have here in the city.
Alright. So, as a person who didn't survive through domestic abuse, what are some of the red flags you would give to the women out here who are dating right now, as far as like if they're dating a man in the early stages, what are red flags they should look for to show signs of abuse?
I'd say they vary. I feel like joking is a big part of the matter. Like when a man joke and say that you going outside, looking like that, trying to impress other people, that's a red flag. We may think as women like, oh, he's trying to be, he think I'm fine and stuff like that. He's being protective. That's definitely a red flag, because a man that is, very in touch with himself and he feels secure, he's not going to do that. He's going to be like, oh, baby, you look good. He wants other people, to look at you. He wouldn't feel insecure about that because he's proud that you're his prize. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely one of the things that, is definitely a red flag. Jokes that seem, like about security, but it's really not. It's really an insecurity of that man. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. I feel like a healthy relationship is open and honest. I feel like someone that is trying to manipulate you, it's a difference between a man saying, hey, I don't really mess with your homegirl. Your homegirl kind of sneaky to me. And then there's a difference between, I don't want you hanging out with her because I just don't like what she do. Like that, what she do shouldn't matter what I do. You should know me as a woman that I'm different from that. Like I can have friends that do different things. That don't mean I'm that. So a man trying to separate you from your family and friends, is a red flag. for sure.
I have a question. So, I mean, for the audience or if anybody like that watches this later on or anything, and they find themselves in a situation, does your organization offer counseling? Does it offer a way for somebody, like, is there somebody there that they can reach out to?
It's me.
You?
I answer the phone 24/7. You on our website, my number is there. And you can call me. I can help talk you through it. I actually had a woman that called me, and I was so heartbroken. She called me, I want to say, like a Saturday, like about 4 months ago. I was pregnant with my son, and she called me and was like, hey, I see your website online. I'm looking for a shelter. All the shelters are full. What is it that you can do for me? Can you help me? Are you a shelter? I'm like, I'm an upcoming shelter. I'm raising money to get a building, but I can help you look for, a shelter. And because she wasn't, a substance abuse person, a person that abused substances, it was nowhere for her to go. And I felt so bad. I'm like, well, the best thing I can give you is, I'm sorry, excuse me. You can get an Airbnb, and sometimes they, rent it out monthly. You can do that. She said, I have a job, and it hurt me because it was like she was like me. She was like, I have a house. The house is in my name, but when I call the police on them, they won't put them out because our house is together. So it's one or the other that leaves. She was like, I'm in school. I have a job. I have a car. I have all these things, but I had not a repossession. She was like, I have an eviction on my, on my credit, so I can't get a house. I felt for her so bad because I didn't have the eviction on my credit, but I had a house already, and I couldn't find nowhere to go because I already had a lease, and I had to pay that. So I felt for her, and I gave her a couple dollars out of my own pocket to get a room, but that can only go so far because at the end of the day she got to go back home, and she had a child. So it was like, that's why I feel like this is so important for us to have.
Absolutely.
And I want to segue that to Amo, because I see a lot of times where it's like online when women that went through abuse, and you see a lot of comments where they just be asking like, oh, why didn't she just leave? So, when you say it like that, it's like, you explain it's a resource thing sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
sometimes it's definitely a resource, and a lot of women that are in domestic violence situations don't have the finances. So I was like one of the 20% of the women that had a job and had her own things. A lot of these women depend on the man, and that's how they get control of over these women, because they don't have their own resources. So that's when a STARS initiative will come in. We have a way to where we are trying to give you a save up for funding so you can get your own house or rent a house or own house, whatever you're trying to do, so you can be in your own independency, so you won't have to go back to a man, or you went in charge of your own everything. When you leave from us, we want you to have the financial literacy of how to save in the bank account, how to put money to a side, how to do everything that you need to do. Have money so when you leave, so you don't have to depend on the man to do these things, so he feel like he has control over you to, abuse you.
I want to touch on like women who are in a sense in denial, because I feel like that's a major part of it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of the beginning in a sense until they get into the realization. So I touch on that. Yeah.
I wouldn't say necessarily delusional, but women, we feel with our hearts. We're very emotional people. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these men are very smart. They cater to you. They do everything that you want to do. But while they're doing these things, they also, are looking at your weaknesses. Like, for instance, me. My mom and my stepdad lived in Pennsylvania. So I was here by myself with all my sisters. So he knew that if something happened, all I had was my sisters. My parents didn't live here. I didn't have anywhere to run to. I wasn't that close to my family, so I didn't have anywhere to go. So he, he was cool. He was nice. He bought me all these things. He was really sweet. And then when I was sucked in, and then he put his hands on me, I was kind of like, oh, well, what the heck? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm never going to do that again. I'm not like that. You just, you made me mad. So it kind of makes you think of yourself like, well, what did I do? Did I do, like, it was my fault that he put his hands on me. But then it goes into the thing, so he's nice again. It's recycling. He's nice again. He's being sweet again. Doing everything that you need to do, and then he continues to do it because it only gets worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily being delusional. It's the point of how they kind of such you in.
Don't get me wrong. Lack of better words, to be honest. Lack of better words. My apologies.
Basically, yeah. So it's definitely that. It's definitely the when most people that are being abused it's something that they're missing. I miss the support system. I didn't have that.
Yeah.
You know, some people are missing finances. They don't have. He told her that she didn't have to do anything and she could stay home. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll stay at home. And now you're a victim.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a lack of something. It's not always I got all my stuff together and you know this happened. Me, I had all my stuff together. I had my own car, my own house. He didn't have anything. But what I provided for him about putting him on his name on my lease. But I was stuck there. There was nowhere for me to really go.
Well, I love the information. Anybody got anything else to say?
You never thought about like beating a nigga ass, like catching a white smearing?
So
Right.
Like
Oh.
you know you
cooking
clean
the
the
food.
deal with the hot grits.
No, grits
I
right.
didn't do that because at one point in time I was very scared. I was scared because for my first relationship I didn't have a child with this man. So if I was to leave with my daughter, where me and my daughter gonna go? You know, he had taken my phone. I wouldn't have the phone. So what am I? I don't have any money. He taking my wallet. I don't have anything. And then when I entered my second relationship, I was already done with my first relationship. My second relationship, he continued to abuse me even after I was done with him. Like, it would be times where I would, you know, try to co-parent, and he would take my car and jack it up and take my tires off my car. Or, you know, bust my window. Like, it was crazy. It was like, it was very crazy. Yeah, he would literally, I was like, well, I'm going to drop her off to you. I got an interview, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go to work, you know, I gotta get this interview. I need some money, you know, or whatever. And he was like, oh, you about to go be with some other man. Like, we're not even together. Like, relax. And he had to go take my tire off my car. So I'm sitting in his driveway until his mama decides to be like, okay, go put the girl's tire back in her car. You know? And I would sit there. I didn't have nobody come get me. I didn't have no big brother. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have none of those things. So it got to the point where I was tired of that. I'm like, okay, you know what? You can't see my kid. Because every time you see my kid, you bust my windows off. You take my stuff, you take my wallet, he took my spark plugs off my car. Like,
That was a mechanic. Is it a mechanic?
He worked on cars. So
Okay.
he knew that if I turn my car on, I can't move.
Oh my
You
God.
know? So it was different. So even when I was in a whole nother relationship, he like antagonized me and I was scared. I'm like, well, if I say the wrong thing, he gonna try to bust my window out before I leave. I need his help to watch his kids so I can do these things, and I couldn't get those things. So one night, okay, after all this happened, you know, I started getting smart. When he started choking me out, I have asthma, so one of my weaknesses was to be choke me because he know that I pass out. So one night he choked me real bad. I started making a paper trail. I started getting smart. He choked me. I called the police. I made a police report. Yeah, I took him back afterwards, which was dumb of me. But you know, I felt like maybe he thought he was gonna kill me, and maybe he'd stop. He continued to do these things. I made police reports. I did all of this stuff. So now I'm in a whole other relationship. He's continually harassing me, busting out my windows, breaking my house, all type of crazy stuff. He kidnapped my daughter. And that was my breaking point. So I feel like everybody has a breaking point. And at that breaking point when he kidnapped my daughter, I shot him. He didn't die, but I shot him. Now, had I knew where my daughter was at that moment, then I would never went to jail.
Right.
But I went to jail. The paper trail saved me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had shot him, it would have just looked like I was a crazy ass woman. Because his story was, oh, she shot me because I had my daughter and I had my daughter around another woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it was. I trusted his mother to have her granddaughter, and she let her son get him when she knew that the situation. So when I went to go get my daughter, he was shot, but he was drunk. He was putting his hands on me, he was touching me, and then he was just like, you know, what happened is I was scared of him. So I went to go get a CPL. I got a CPL because I was scared of him. So I had my gun on my hip when I went to go get my kid. And he was just like, he knew that I was scared of him, that I never did nothing back to him. So he was like, you ain't gonna shoot me with that little ass gun, but at this point, he was choking me. The first time that I ever called the police on him, he choked me and I passed out. The ambulance came and said, hey, if he would have choked you for 30 seconds more, you wouldn't be here anymore. You need to figure out what you're doing. So at that moment when he was choking me and I realized I didn't know where my daughter was and she was somewhere in the care of him, I had to think about my daughter. So I shot him.
Pop that nigga.
And then I got the fuck on. Which don't do if you got to see the video because they can take that from you.
Hey.
But I was okay only because.
Ain't that what it's supposed to be for?
Yes, but it's different procedures. I left the scene of the crime, but I didn't leave the scene of the crime as a guilty person. I left the scene of the crime because I wanted my daughter to be in care of my family.
For your life.
Yeah.
Right.
So when he woke up and stuff or whatever, he said like, oh well, she shot me because I was with another woman. But when I turned myself in, I had a ringer on my neck. I'm pretty fair skinned. I'm not dark. You know what I'm saying? I had a ringer on my neck, so that proved my case.
And
even though I still had to go to jail because I did leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you always
But I had a
gotta
paper
tell
trail.
somebody, but yeah.
I talked to the prosecuting attorney, and she said I'm not pressing charges on you.
Absolutely.
She said because you got a paper trail, I seen you almost died a couple times.
I love
Hey,
You
and,
know,
honest
and that's what that was.
hey, when you shot that nigga, did he make it sound?
When I shot him, he was on the ground and said, "Damn, I do love you."
Oh
That's what he
my
said.
God, that man's crazy.
He is. My mama said you would be a goddamn fool to ever let your daughter get that man again because there's no way in hell that you have shot somebody and they still love you and they not gonna do nothing to you.
Man.
And I got full custody of my daughter and we ain't never seen that man since.
I feel it.
So we definitely, and right now I have a master's degree, law degree. I'm doing a lot of stuff too. So I definitely can give you guys feedback on how to do stuff by law in order to get away from these people.
And she used to work for DPD.
And I used to work for DPD. So I got like a lot of resources.
Let's take a shot.
Serious.
She took shots at niggas.
Exactly. When we
Yeah,
take
yeah.
shots, shoot shots,
Yeah, send shots for real.
I
I gotta ask you some questions on camera. I'm gonna ask you one.
No, this definitely gonna continue off screen.
Yeah, honey, because I got a birthday.
I'm sorry.
Like, don't be giving my nephew some
I'm not.
Sorry, we outside.
Wish I had the time to continue watching this. This is so important this day and age in our community.
Are we
I'm gonna save it
Are we
for sure.
I think we had
Because he's taken
one
care
more,
of.
Do we have one more topic or was we?
I think that was it.
We might be out of time. Put it for me.
I think we out of time.
We might be. We would
You
be.
taking a shot?
We gotta wait till Sam come back so she can take the shot with us. Sam, hurry up!
I was sitting in the background like, what are they gonna do?
Bring your ass out
You
here.
was trying to miss the shot on purpose. I feel like you was.
Hey.
I could have got this in the bag. I don't know. Yeah, so I would say on that note, we're definitely gonna put her information in the description. We do not save these lives anymore, nor do we post these lives anymore. We're actually gonna have this episode and the last episode gonna be uploaded sometime this week. We're gonna definitely put her information, her business's information in our description. So you're gonna have to go to YouTube to get that, okay?
Please follow our YouTube.
Yes, please follow and subscribe to our YouTube. We'll really appreciate it because the whole thing is on there. It's actually really funny when you look back at it, especially people who comment. Y'all comments be on there. Now, if y'all ever want to re-listen to that shit and ask, like, why was I asking that question? You should go
It was
back
liquor.
and look at that. But, I think we're going to end it here. And I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. I want to say thank you for coming and talking to everyone because people need to hear this.
And telling
And I thank you for letting me come on here.
Absolutely no
Right.
problem. No problem.
For
We
sure.
definitely love you to come again.
And we
Because
appreciate your story too.
When we get our first house.
In your strength.
We got it.
Alright, put it up there.
Yes, and I want to say even then, if you don't mind, in October because that
We can
is.
definitely we have one October. We have like a couple of events to go to in the beginning of the month. But we
Okay,
can
yes,
do-
yes. I feel like we can definitely go in there and like blog or something like that. But I want you to give your fundraiser again to everybody at the end so they
Okay,
can
so social media.
understand. And social media. Yeah.
What is our, a Stars Initiative, on Instagram and Facebook. If you go into our bio, we have literally different links. If you go to our merchandise website, at the end of the merchandise website, when you scroll all the way down, it says donation. If you do want to donate, we do have shirts. You don't have to give us a ton of money, but anything that we have, we appreciate because we are trying to help you guys. And also me and too, if you do need something, we are going to help you. We don't have a housing place for you at this time, but we do have resources to help you as well. So you guys are not left out.
Come on, y'all. The more we donate, the more they can have resources, the more they can have buildings for men and women. That's the point.
I was
That's
about to say,
crazy.
you
We
can't
don't have
say
this
this
in
approach.
Detroit.
Like,
That's
nigga, get
Oh,
up
we
off
definitely
your
have.
ass,
We
nigga.
do have the fashion show
Everybody
coming
can
up. That
do
is not just for women. Men can come and support their women, their cousins, their sisters, and just give support against domestic violence. Because without your support, we don't have anything. It can't just be a women, a movement. It got to be all of us. You got to all be believing the same thing.
Nigga, I'm going to jail.
Yes.
All right, so Thank you all for tuning in. So let's go ahead and end this bad boy with a shot.
Malachi, lean your ass.
Yeah, exactly. Malachi, come up.
Because you
real
felt
quick.
the lack of effort.
I did, bro. Okay.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all so much.
Not even. Relax.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
Bitches, bottom right corner. Bottom
Where?
right corner.